Welcome to this episode of Angels Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jeannie Street. And if you haven't heard, it is that time of year. Angel Healer Immersive Retreat is around the corner, and you aren't going to want to miss this transformational 3-day experience. I can speak for myself that I went to an amazing retreat this summer, and I filled up my cup. For so many years, I lived in a place where I was only giving and giving and giving, and I didn't allow myself the time and energy to receive. I thought, I'm busy, I have a business, I have things to do. I didn't realize how important it is for us to be nurtured and loved and held. And so I had set out on a mission a couple years ago to really start receiving, and my life has changed ever since. If you are a soul leading a busy life, giving of your energy, showing up in the world, and just allowing yourself to shine God's light through you, but you aren't filling your cup and you aren't leaning in and you aren't receiving, this is the retreat for you. Not only are we going to spend 3 days together, but we're going to be really nurturing you. My team and I have a glorious lineup of healing modalities that are going to really help you to transcend and transform the energy from where you are now into the space that you truly, truly want to be. There's going to be holy moments. There's going to be leaning in with the heavenly light room. There's going to be connections to departed loved ones and angels. And you can actually expect that you're going to walk away with more than what you could have imagined. So today on the episode, I'm really excited to lean in with you guys with what happens when we start receiving random messages, right? Like I get these questions all the time and I think I am not alone. Like I knew this happened to me and I didn't have anybody to talk about. Like, why am I seeing faces when I'm closing my eyes at night? What's happening when I'm starting to get intimate with my husband and I'm starting to let go and I'm seeing all of these people in my mind? What is going on? And so what I found over the course of using my gift and working with my gift and leaning in with God is because when you are a lighthouse, when you are open, it means you're open all the time until you turn it down. A lighthouse will run and run and run and run and run until the bulb goes out. And guess what? Our bulb is our energy. When the energy goes out, then we're depleted. We're sick. We don't feel well. Like things start going wrong. So that's what I wanted to talk to you today about. The receiving of random messages of energy that's not always meant for you. So it's really great that you are receiving it. You are amazing, without a doubt. But the thing is, it can suck the joy out of your day. And it can really confuse you and stop you from taking right action because while you're receiving, you're not sure what to do with all of this information, right? It can just come in at all kinds of times. Like I said, you can even be like just getting intimate with your spouse. You can be like trying to take a shower or doing a meeting, and then all of a sudden you're having this random conversation with a dead person. And so what I want to share with you is you don't have to be on 24/7. There is a better way. The guidance you're seeking, like I know, I get this, like I hear it all the time, like I've been waiting, I'm looking for my confirmations, I'm waiting for my signs, I'm getting signs, I think it's on the way, I've asked God, I prayed about it, but all I hear are crickets. Jeannie, all I'm hearing are crickets. Where's God? What's happening? Maybe it wasn't meant for me. And then we start even saying things like that. Like my clients will say to me like, yep, well, if God wanted me to have it, I'd have it. Like, no, that's not really how it works, right? Yes, there is a divine plan. And yes, God will bring us the things that are going to light up our soul, but it's the opposing energy within, and it's our body and our language and our senses that are all like dialed into different directions. So just picture this. Picture your senses are how you receive from spirit, right? And so if we're receiving through our senses, but our energy centers aren't lined up and our energy isn't lined up, meaning we might be living in a past version of ourselves. We might be living in a pain version, and we haven't healed some stuff, and so our energy centers are really low. Like, we're not connected to our place here on earth. I'm walking around not getting things done, or maybe we're speaking untruths and we're not connected to what we want. And maybe, like, our energy centers have to be stacked. They literally have to be stacked and in the same frequency, plugged into your soul self and not to other people. And this is where it gets very confusing for people who are so sensitive to energy, who are labeled at empaths or whatever you want to call it, but they're dialed in to receiving the frequency from Earth all of the time. So they're getting the pains and sufferings from the people around them. They're feeling stuff all the time. They're getting prediction type of energy. And then their body is taking the toll because it's not releasing, and then it's settling in. So aligning our energy while connecting to the divine rather than connecting to earth energy, this is how we'll increase the level of loving messages, both for ourselves and for the world around us. And what I mean by that is, you might not be meant to be a medium or a healer even. So don't let the words angel healer freak you out, but let it be known that God has given us the ability to heal our body. Let it be known right here and right now that you are a healer. Your cells replenish themselves. Your cells heal. And the proof of this is, I mean, we can look at like Deepak Chopra. He shares this great science behind, like, your cells are always renewing. You're not the same person that you were 10 years ago at all. Like, your skin has renewed, your organs have renewed. Like, your body has the ability to renew itself. So with this ability to heal things, you are a healer. So if we start to align our energy higher, and this is where we see miracles, this is where we see people having holy experiences. We see people with cancer and cancer cells healing, because as we go into the veil, as we go into the heavenly realm and we release the physical, we start releasing trauma. We start releasing old patterns. We start becoming more and more light. And not just physical, like we think light like energy, but light as in light being. Because you are a light being. Your soul is an infinite being. You're here on earth and you're with God. So you are an infinite soul. And so your infinite abilities to receive energy, psychic energy, are without a doubt the most amazing thing, because this psychic energy taps you into feeling your departed loved one, to seeing and feeling your angels, to experiencing those messages that you're getting. But when it's low vibe, and this is a big difference, when it's low vibe, it's gonna have an energy that's gonna be familiar to us, which is gonna be weighty. It's going to have maybe a little drama. It's going to have a little fear. It's going to have outcome. It's not going to be gentle, light energy. So in my first book, I talk a lot about fear and love. We talk about ego Shmigo, right? Shmigo, whose only job is to keep us living in fear. And so we pay attention to, what does love feel like and show up to us in our life like? What does it sound like for us? And what does fear sound like? When we start looking at that and the messages and the stuff that's coming to you, all of a sudden, this is how you're going to know, well, yeah, this nugget of information that I just got, it actually doesn't feel promising. It doesn't really feel really good. But see, with the God-based method that I share inside of the Angel Healer program, this is the safe, supportive, and holy way to receive that which God has intended for us and for us to share with others. Right? That's a big one. Let me say it again. The God-based method inside the Angel Healer program, safe, supportive, and the holy way to receive that which God has intended for you and for you to share with others. So the holy way, it means pausing. The holy way means staying with something long enough to know, does this feel right and good Or does this feel like more noise? Does this have drama to it? That's the pause. Look, you're gifted. Without a doubt, my friend, so gifted. And I want you to know, like, there is an incredible, amazing group. I know them. I love them all. I love you, my angel healers. I love you all, of like-minded souls who are like beaming with pride to share the similar experiences. I know they're different, but once you lean in, you hear their experiences, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, these people get me. These are my people. You're not going to feel freaky deaky anymore. You're not going to feel like nobody gets me anymore. Rather, you're going to know, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love this group of souls. And I know that when we want to align with our truth, that it can be really scary. I know that it can be hard, and we put things in front of ourselves. And I don't want that for you. Like, I know for myself, as I was leaning into opening fully, because I've always had this gift. You know, when I was little, I learned to turn it off. I learned to not see because I didn't believe what was happening was real because nobody around me could see it. So I thought there was something wrong with me, but I always felt and I always knew and I had it. And so leaning in and fully encompassing all of those senses and like letting them breathe and be open and allowing God to bring me to the places he wanted me to go. At times I felt desperate. There were times I felt really desperate in like, what is it you're asking of me? Like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? And maybe you feel the same way too. Like, it's a lot to hold all of this energy and not know what to do with it. When you have so much love and joy and you know it's not meant for you, you know you can't contain it in this body that you're in, the physical form. Like, it has to be expressed out some way, somehow, whether that's through painting or in energy work or what, it doesn't matter. There's just so many things that we can do in this world with our gifts. And when you know you can't contain it and hold it down anymore, then it must be expressed and you must sing the song of your life. You can feel like, what? Again, going back to that crickets, like maybe God's not hearing me and maybe thinking like it's not meant for me. But trust me, what I'm going to tell you right now is that it is you. It wouldn't be with you because God put it there. God put that in your heart, and you learn how to dive into our heart center. When we do this whole practice in Angel Healer to really awaken and be in that heart center, to know and to see it and then to feel it on so many levels, where you're seeing through your heart center, you're breathing it in, and then you have physical experiences and the group work where somebody repeats exactly what came up in your meditation to you, and you're like, they see it too. Like, all of a sudden it becomes the thing that clicks, and you like, right on. It was never that I was wrong or bad or I made this up or it was meant for later. It was about the level in which I love myself. It's about the level in which I love myself and allowing myself the freedom to heal what needs to be healed. And maybe it's trauma for you. Maybe there's some experiences that were so big and so messy and so yucky and so hard that they have burdened you. Maybe even created some victim mentality and some energy that stops you from really expressing and really feeling and really leaning into like the amazing soul that you really are. And I get you and I see you and I know you because I once was you. I was in that place, and it's so much better to be in a place where that doesn't exist anymore. And it is possible. It is a freedom that I want to describe to you, and a freedom that feels like so safe that I can speak who I am without worry of what anyone else has to say about it. And I know I've shared this before in my close circles of my trainings, where there was a very big time in my life where I was asked not to do this. I was asked not to share my gift. I was told by people that I love, that I had changed and there was something wrong and I didn't know what I was doing, that it wasn't okay. That led me to believe I was going against God. It led me to believe that something was wrong with me. How could I come into this life with this ability if God didn't ask me to do it, to use it, to see departed loved ones? Why would God create someone to hear the voice of a departed loved one, to see an angel, to have a holy experience if he didn't intend for you to use it? I was so conflicted. My pain internally was self-sabotaging. I had to find and dig my way out of that space. And it's really my why for creating this program. Because when I see someone who is so brilliant in their gifts and has the ability to help someone else out of suffering, which is all of us, we have this ability to really love each other. Love each other. By sharing, by caring, by leaning in, by hearing, by tuning out the opinionation or what we think is right, and rather listening to our body. And then all of a sudden we can lean in and really, really support someone. And we will know, because it will come through us. It will drop in from heaven. It will come into our heart, and then we'll explode with joy and we'll feel it. And this is what I want for you. I want you to join a group of like-minded people that will support you in aligning to share your truth, because the world needs you. Please don't miss this opportunity. The world is waiting. There are people that are waiting to heal with you. Trust me, my friend, they are waiting to heal with you. I have this beautiful prayer I want to share with you. It's a prayer that I've been saying for my angel healers who are in the program right now as we get ready for the retreat, which I hope that I'm going to see you at, just so you have a feeling of being held. And you can say this prayer too. You can join and you can say it for anyone that you know, for yourself. And that would be beautiful. And for the angel healers that are stepping up and showing up. It's called the Memore, and it is a Marian prayer. And here's how it goes. O most gracious Virgin Mary, that never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection, implored thy help, or sought thy intercession was left unaided. Inspired by this confidence, I flee to thee, O Virgin of Virgins, my mother. To thee do I come, before thee I stand, sinful and sorrowful. O Mother of the Word incarnate, despise not my petitions, but in thy mercy, hear and answer me. Amen. Amen. Head on over to geniestreet.com. Look up the Angel Healer training. Check out and be part of that immersive retreat. 3 full days of being loved on and cared for. I'm telling you, you won't want to miss this. Have a most beautiful day. God bless you.